Rise, ye ashen tarnished chosen undead, and welcome Souls fans, new and old, to your next installment of the Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin Platinum Guide. So, here we are. We've just beaten the Chariot boss, stats-wise, level 114. Last thing we did, we got our int to 40 and our vigor to 20. And we are... After the Chariot, we got our 20th trophy by joining the Brotherhood of Blood, the Sanguinary Covenant. We got the Fire Whip Pyromancy from that NPC. And now we are going to go back to the Door of Pharros. Bonfire. So we're actually going to go the opposite direction to where we normally. So we normally go this way towards Gavlan. We're actually going to come out the right side. And there's another Mastodon. There is a rat, and there is going to be an invader from a bowman, I believe. So, Mastodon already on the way. There's the rat. And that's the bowman taking us out. Right, and similar to last time, he has a dual Avalon setup, which means, yeah, if he does hit us, we're getting hit by 3. However, it means once we get in his face... Oh, no, we do not. We want to pick up item. Yeah. Once we get in his face, there's nothing he can really do. So, that's the answer to that. And a free human effigy. Right. Let's gather our bearings from here, and okay. We're going to go up this left path. And we're going to come around and we're going to get a torch. And then we're going to come back down. We're going to carry on. So yeah, you are going to move rather difficulty in the deeper areas. Grab these amber herbs, they restore spell uses, they're always useful. Get your spells ready. I like to use Dark Orb as it's just a slightly faster spell. We're going to bop these 2 rats. We're then going to go up the ladder. And we're going to grab this item, which should be a Hex Twisted Barricade, along with a soul item. That's Hex number 8 of 23. And we're then going to deal with these dwarves. There's going to be a bonfire before the next boss, so don't worry if you do need to use your Estus. Stabs, keep it nice and easy. And we get messages during our recording. We're all good. Apologies for that. Enemy here. We're going for the backstab. I'm just checking my notes. Open the chest. Booby trapped. Good, we're back on. Oh no! I rolled too far down. We're gonna have to climb the ladder again. And we are going to use a Pharros lockstone on the right. Titanite chunk, good, good. On the right socket. This is clearly not the socket. Pop enemies and use right so drop down to new door and open. Oh, I'm so sorry, viewers. It's this one, because it opens this door. Which gives us this chest, which is a twinkling titanite. There we go. Bob dwarf, chest equals trap titanite chunk, yep. Apologies if you have wasted a Pharros like I have, but don't worry, it is an item that we do have in excess. Drop down here. Continue left of stairs is where we want to grab a Pharros. Upstairs, cross bridge right past the statue, keep going round bubble doors, find tunnel leading to Bonfire. There we go. Statue. Backstab so we get our invulnerability. I was going to say so we get our invulnerability frames. But apparently Dark Souls 2 doesn't even want to give us that. Because why would you, huh, Dark Souls 2? Why would you? Let's have a drink. Soul item. This one, if you can, I like to try and bring him across the bridge so that we're not going to fall off. There's a reason I say if you can, because as you can see, he's very annoying. But he is indeed in our way. There we go. There is the tunnel. There is the bonfire. Rest. Just in case, let's switch to Radiant. We do have this boss is either going to go one way or another. It's going to be very, very straightforward because you're going to kill the initial rats as we went, or it's going to be very difficult because you don't. So get your great heavy soul arrow. What we're going to do for this boss is there are 3 of those curse rats that are going to charge you. Importantly, you kill the middle, then the left, then the right. 4, sorry, because there's one more. Middle, left, right, and then there's one more for you to kill. And then it's just the big boss. Once it's just the big boss, same as Sif from Dark Souls 1. Stay underneath it. Shield up when it's attacking, but you should miss most, if not all, the attacks when you're underneath it. Aim for the back leg. Keep attacking it. The only thing you need to be mindful of is if he spits acid, you need to avoid it, because that's going to degrade your equipment. But that's about it. If, however, you do not kill middle, left, right of the small rats, if you get ganged up on, that's where this boss becomes a problem. So, the big boss is up the top. Okay, we're going to walk forward. There you go, we've got the middle as soon as we can lock on. Left, right, and then quickly kill that one. And that's what we're going for. Don't lock on, because we want to be able to stay underneath. And we're just aiming for back legs. Shield up if you're not sure what's going on. Make sure you allow your stamina to recover. Uh-oh. But yeah, it does represent a lot of damage if you get hit. And that is why we are doing everything we can to avoid getting hit. Oh, had to miss that last one. There we go. So yeah, really straightforward, but it's so important you kill the small rats first. Because what they can do is they can stun lock you, and then you get killed by the boss. Which nobody wants. So there you go, Royal Rat Authority Soul, and a rat tail, but we don't worry about that. Out, away from Bonfire. Oh, yeah. Drop down, and we're back to Gavlan. And here we're going to sell any duplicates. So that's always a good first. If you have any duplicate armors, sell those. And then any Black Knight weapons, safe to sell those. So I'm just making sure anything that you're guaranteed to have that we can definitely dispose of. So the Black Knight you definitely have. All the Black Knights. Notched Whip we picked up, so that's definitely sellable as well. Mirror Shield. There we go, lovely. And then what we're going to do is buy poison arrows, and we're going to buy until we have 300 of them. So I need to get 220. But we just want to make sure that we're always going to have enough poison arrows. As you've seen, poison is just so effective in this game. There we go. Left on the D-pad is how I increase it in greater increments. There we go. 220. Purchased. And now we have spent oh so much with him. So when we talk to him, he's going to give us the Great Axe.
With Gavlan, you deal, but
There we are. We can sell that to him later on. In fact, let's sell that back to him now. Thank you for the free 500.
many deal.
let's sell some more stuff. So large axes, we don't need any of those. If you've got any large axes, sell those. Maces, hammers, and clubs, we don't need any of those. I'm just trying to be a bit more frugal in terms of what I'm selling. I don't want to sell and have too much more than you, but realistically you should be in a similar boat to where I am. Pates, we can sell all of Pate's stuff. Pate's helm, Pate's armor, Pate's gloves, Pate's trousers. If you have any Mad Warrior, sell the Mad Warrior. The key thing is prisoners, tatters, we do not sell. Jesters, we do not want to sell. Alone, which we would have got from the Knights in the Fire Kingdom. Those are good items that you can sell, any of that you've got. Hide Knights, you can sell that. But that should do us for now. And with that, we're just going to drop down here. Back to the bonfire, back to Medulla. Pop your non-boss soul items. And level up. Faith, 2 points to 17. We're going to get that to 18 is our next goal. And that's just going to help increase our non-physical damage. So our dark and our... well, mainly it's going to boost our dark, which is why we're increasing faith. After that, we're going to go back to our shaded woods. And we're going to go to the ruined fork road. Time to take the next path. Okay, so take off Chloranthy and we're going to put on the covetous gold serpent ring. We're going to fight some falconers. So at this point, we might as well. We're going to farm them later for sunlight medals. So we might as well try and get them now. So, come up the steps. There we go. And there's an archer here, which is why I choose to normally just stay back and spellbot that first one. So far, no joy. Equip Soul Spear for this one. Archer here. Let's get some Dark Orbs on this guy. And then this one. No, none of them wanted to drop. Oh well, we tried. Grab Soul, Effigy, and 2 Twinkling. So that is one of the better floor drops when it comes to just bonus consumables. And as you can see down there, there is one of those invisible enemies, as I call them. So put the Fire Longsword on. It's better for killing them. And we can put our Chloranthy or Ring of Steel Protection ring on. I'm going to put on Ring of Steel Protection because odds are we may take a hit from this guy. Also, we're not going to immediately engage him because what we're going to do is come here. We're going to trigger this enemy. 50-50 whether you're going to get engaged by the invisible enemy or not. In this In this case we didn't. Bonus. There we go, that went pretty smooth. Grab here, Crescent Axe and the Golden Falcon Shield. We can sell those later. And now, because we have all 4 of the Primal Lord Souls, the big gleaming orange ones, because we've got those 4, the Shrine of Winter will open. Now, there are 2 ways this opens. In our subsequent playthroughs, rather than us having to get all 4 of those souls by beating the 4 bosses, Iron King, Rotten, Lost Sinner. Where's the 4th? Iron King, Lost Sinner. Who have I missed? Oh. And a Soul of... No. I'm going to go through my notes. But we need to have those for this to open. However, what we're going to do in our subsequent playthroughs is we're going to get our soul level high enough that we can open the shrine without them. But there'll be more on that when we get to our New Game Plus. For now, we're going to come through here. Primal Bonfires. So the first one is the Lost Sinner. Is it just the 3? We like the Rotten. It is just the 3. That's my bad. Come to the right. Grab Soul of a Hero. Nice big soul consumable. Why am I thinking it's 4? No, I suppose it's 4 in Dark Souls 1. That's why. Divine Blessing, and as you can see, 2 more of these. Now we've bopped them, we can get back to our Dark Scythe. Oop. Grab the soul from here. Through the bridge. To the corner. Careful, there's 2 archers round this corner. There you go. So, to yeah. Oh no. Why you do this? Fine. I'm getting all the terrible luck in this. There we go. So you should be able to spell bop these. I've done it in every other playthrough, but fine. We're just going to come around and do it this way. Oh, not even that. Oh, don't you start, you annoying grey knights. Switch to normal life gems. Oh, I'm going to pop one of those. 2-hand, get ready, there's going to be a crystal lizard coming up, but first, around the back of this rock is some holy water urn. Crystal lizard, Hecha, chunk and slab. The slab is guaranteed. I think this one is guaranteed that you always get the 3 chunks in the slab to help you max up your weapon if you haven't got one maxed up at this point. And you are going to notice there is our Emerald Herald, MZ. Do not worry, she will automatically transport back to Majula when you go to Majula, but she will also be standing here when you are here.
This cast, but nonetheless you must forward to bring an end.
Cool. And at this No, I'm not going to waste the herb. I've got enough dark orbs. So these two mastodon statues are not going to stay statues for long. Ow, the range. There we go. At the top, right. At the top, there are a few situations. You may have an invader. If you do not have the invader, we can move on to the next step. So the next step is the statues will become alive. So you want to avoid those. Those two big golems at the top on the left side of the door. So you can see there's a pot and it's got a weird grey golem behind it. That pot is going to absorb the souls of enemies you defeat. You need to defeat one enemy in front of each pot. That will make them lift the pot and open the door. You are going to get mobbed in this area. So I recommend switch to the fire longsword for the widespread reach. We are going to sprint forward, get our stamina back, and if you die here, do not worry, so long as, ideally, we can at least get, there we go, what we want, the two seals unlocked. But yeah, it's very difficult stamina management. Key thing, what we're doing here is I'm not going near those statues around there. Gate souls acquired. We can now switch to the dark scythe. Once the doors are opened, it's going to stop the infinite spawn of those grey knights. Stick very close to the wall so that we do not animate any of those statues. Grab pyromancy number 11, Great Combustion, from this chest, and again stick close to the wall so we don't trigger any of those statues. Inside, go up the stairs first, and you may, depending on how things went outside, you may have to deal with a couple more grey knights. So I just come up here and just keep your camera on, talk to this ghostly NPC.
Who are you?
Looks like we've got no grey knights, but yeah.
By whose permission do you stand before me? This castle is a domain.
We're going to exhaust his dialogue and we're going to learn the gesture.
You are a guest, do you see? Unfortunately, my lord, the queen has... My lord may...
So he's going to explain a bit more about the history of Vendrick and the queen.
Great one, our king, King Vendrick. The king had a dear queen long ago.
Unparalleled beauty, she came to us alone from faraway land, warned us of the giants.
Crossed the ocean.
And then, yeah, he crossed the ocean to defeat the giants with the queen at his side. And then it all went wrong.
And created them with the golems. The king grew to celebrate the queen, the dark.
Yep, the Queen brought
Who's
out
this?
the dark.
Where am I? Who are you? And by whose permission? Welcome. Our guests are treated. Tell me.
There we go, we're going to learn the gesture. This one's me. That is gesture number 18 of 20. 2 more to go for that trophy. And don't worry about purchasing. We're going to purchase from him much later on. But we're good for now.
Gone so soon. Be safe.
There we go. Down. We're going to come around. I want to say it was an item. Nope. Making that up. Different staircase. Well, it's not making up, it's a different staircase. I know the one it is. Right. The 2 statues at the end animate. So this one should be somewhat familiar with these enemies now. Well, actually 4. 2 ends and 2 middle statues will animate. So we're just going to make sure that we fight one at a time. Let them attack, get behind, get the backstab. Two ends and 2 middle. Why are you? You're backing up to try and get me to trigger your next friend. How very rude of you, sir. That's so cheeky. That's never done that before. Okay, there you go. If I back up. You think I'm a coward. Haha! Ow. This is what you get. Okay, open the left door. This should be a chest. And inside the chest is a sublime bone dust that will let us get our Estus Flask to +5 when we next go to Majula, which will be soon. Opening this door, there is a ladder. There is a to the right and a grey statue to the left. What's going to happen is you're going to go to climb down the ladder and immediately you're going to go back up. Because we're not going to fall for your tricks. Have a drink if you got hit like I did. Down the ladder. Whee. Through the middle, open the door. Open the door directly in front. Light the bonfire. There we go, the King's Gate bonfire, but we are going to first travel back to Majula. Spend your non-boss souls. Talk to MZ. Z, I told you she would be here. Faith to 18. The next thing we're going to do is start increasing our endurance. So if you can, get your endurance up to 11. And burn sublime bone dust. Some strength is some force is strength. And the Estus Flask, but it's not some force. It is the sublime bone dust. But anyway. Right, how are we doing on time? We are still good. For better or worse. Drangleic Castle, King's Gate bonfire. So we've got more of those gates that get opened by killing enemies in front of them. So we're going to out and right. And what we want to do is make sure we're only opening specific doors, because the first door to the right is the correct path. Every other door has ruined sentinels behind them. We don't need to do them all, but we are going to do the top right and the top left. And the best way to do this is backstabs. So by coming here, that's going to spawn both of these. Nope, spells. I even just said backstabs. And what did I do? I went straight for spells. So what we don't want to do is kill them close to any of the other doors. So there's 3 on each side. And as I mentioned, we want this one is the correct path, the top right and the top left. Once you've opened it, you can't unopen them. The other benefit there are these 2 giant golems at the back to light them up. We also want to do that, which is going to give us an extra NPC. So, being mindful that some of these statues are going to animate, oh dear, we're dead. Drink? Yeah, there's the dead. Yep, it happens. But what we haven't done is opened any doors we don't want to open. So don't worry if you die. Think of this as we're progressing this in a logical fashion. Because once we've done this area successfully, from then on, all we're going to do is go down this path here. I wonder if the middle... No, middle is just as bad. Jeez, there's so many of you. Oh my lord, there's so many. Oh, this is terrible. Okay, we're gonna have to spawn and lure back. We're gonna have to do this the slower way. Me trying to be a bull in a china shop is clearly not working. I'm going to pop a humanity because my maximum health's getting a bit low. Here we go. Right. So, let's trigger these 2. I'm just going to keep my shield up, roll behind, and we're just going to stick to plan of backstab. Not a backstab. What? I'm not sure why that wasn't a backstab, but... Okay. So, I'm just being extra cautious. I do not want any of these to die by any of these middle doors. See, as you saw from the mob deaths that I got, we don't exactly have to worry about a lack of enemies. This one I am going to kill in front of this door. And there is a sentinel who is going to be here to greet us. For the sentinels, you want to come into the room. And similar all those videos ago where we fought this boss, one hit. Ow. Not good. Drink. There we go. As you see, significantly less souls than the boss, and he will keep respawning. Royal Soldier's Ring +1. Might as well upgrade the one that we've got. We're not quite ready to upgrade to our next piece of Havel's equipment, but that's a good start. Now, this one. That should go to this golem. And by their powers combined, we now have access to Bashful Ray's summon. There we go. We're now going to kill in front of this door. And just be mindful, don't fight this sentinel in the room, as there is a drop in that room, which, although we want to take, we also want to make sure that we don't have to fight this sentinel down in that drop. So as long as you fight him up here, you don't have to worry about opening any unnecessary sentinel doors, and we're not going to trigger any more of those enemies. So this is what I should have done the first time. Just make sure we're fighting one enemy at a time, but for some reason in my test run I was able to be a bit more adventurous. Pop a flame butterfly. Equip the fire longsword. And walk forward to drop. And that is why we've got our torch and our fire longsword. There is a monstrosity. Grab the Pharros set. Come through here for a bonfire. Don't rest. Instead, extinguish the torch. Because for the third time, we are going to talk to the Dark Sage, as I call him.
We meet again, young undead. You have the look of a true seeker. I am Dark Diver Grandal,
the Dark Sage.
If you will.
And there we go. That is Trophy 21, the Abysmal Covenant, which we are going to join.
pilgrim, the
The dark chasms are now available, which we will address later on. So, we are going to purchase from our Dark Sage, buy item, the give human effigy. We don't need to do that. What that does is if you die in the chasm, it closes, you have to give him a human effigy and it opens it again. So you don't need to do that now. But what we are going to do is we are going to purchase Cast Light for 3,000 souls. That is our 19th sorcery of the 31. And we are going to get Profound Still for 13,000 souls, which is our 9th hex of 23. While we're here, let's spend 600 and buy our second Dark Orb. By equipping 2 of those, that gives us 42 Dark Orbs, and as you've seen, it is a very potent hex for us to use.
May
the dark shine your way. Well, that's contradictory, but I won't hold it against you. As I said, we're going to come back here later. We've got a bonfire to be able to do that. Let's correct our weapon to the dark scythe. Bonfire, travel, and we're going to go back to Drangleic, the King's Gate. Bonfire. Right, and I think that's a great place to leave this video, actually saying that. What I'm going to do is, instead of 2 lots of Great Heavy Soul Arrow, I'm going to put on our second Dark Orb. So there you go, we've got Soul Spear for big damage, Great Heavy Soul Arrow for magic, our next best attack, and 2 lots of Dark Orb, which gives us 42 of our main attack spell, or hex rather, for now. So, that's a great place to leave that. What we're going to do in the next video is we're going to come out, we're going to turn right again, but we are going to take that first right that we opened, and we're going to continue on the way around the castle. So, until then, as always, please, if you've enjoyed the video, if the guide is helping you, please like and subscribe. I really do appreciate any and all support that you can give. Offer your feedback, offer how your journey's going. Are you better than I am? You know, have you died less times than me? Have you learnt from my mistakes? Any suggestions, any questions? I will do anything and everything in my power to make this as enjoyable as possible and to help you as much as possible. I can't wait to see you all in the next video. Thank you so much, and until next time, bye for now.